400 years in borrowed land. Chains grew heavy on working hands. Promises whispered through the pain, but freedom felt so far away. Babies cried, the whips came down. Hope was buried in the ground. God heard every broken prayer, saw the tears they couldn't spare. He spoke from fire in the sand, put his power in a shepherd's hand. Said, go tell Pharaoh what I say. This night will not last forever.
When God stands up for the oppressed, kings don't get the final say. Let my people go. I've heard their cries, I've seen the chains, I felt their sighs.
From blood and plagues
To parted seas,
no power on earth
can stand with me. Let my people go. Water turned, the darkness fell. Thunder shook the gates of hell. Every god of Egypt bowed. When heaven spoke, it spoke out loud. Still Pharaoh's heart stayed hard as stone, till death knocked on his throne.
Midnight came, the Lamb was slain. Blood-marked doors in faith, not shame. Death passed by the covered ones. Judgment fell, but grace overran. They walked out free before the dawn, carrying songs they'd waited on.
Even when the way seemed closed, God was already parting roads. Let my people go through fire and flood. I am the Lord, the great I am. Horse and ride, thrown aside, the sea split open by my might. Let my people go. Stand still and watch him fight.
Salvation comes by his might. Walls of water,
Left and right,
freedom walked through in the night.
what was meant to hold us down
Was drowned when mercy came around.
Let my people go from fear to flame, from slave to son. We are not the same. The chains are gone. The song lives on. The Lord has won.
Let my people go.
Still today,
He sets the captives free.
We woke up hungry in the desert sand, freedom still rough in our trembling hands. Yesterday's chains were gone for good, but tomorrow felt misunderstood. We said, God, did you bring us here to starve? Forgot how far you brought us already.
He said, I hear every word you say, but you won't live on yesterday. I'll rain down bread from the morning sky, enough for today. Don't ask me why. Don't store it up, don't try to save. Learn to trust me day by day.
Faith isn't knowing what's ahead, it's trusting God for what He said. Give us daily bread, just enough to stand, not for tomorrow, just for where I am. Teach my heart to trust you here where fear and faith collide. Give us daily bread, one day at a time. White on the ground like morning dew, mercy fresh like something new. Some try to keep more than they need, but fear don't ever store belief. When the sun came up, it disappeared. Just enough grace till tomorrow's here.
On the sixth day, twice as much. Rest was holy, trust was touch. The Sabbath taught us who you are, not a taskmaster, just our God. You fed us more than flesh and bone. You taught us how to walk with you alone.
Don't need the whole road shown, just the next step you've laid down. Give us daily bread, just enough to stand, not for tomorrow, just for where I am. When the desert tests my faith and I don't see the plan, give us daily bread, one day at a time.
When I worry about what's ahead,
You remind me what you've said.
man don't live on bread alone, but every word from God's own throne. If you
Fed us then, you'll feed us now. Give us daily bread till the journey ends, till the desert turns to promised land. I won't fear what I can't see, I'll trust you where I stand. Give us daily bread, one day at a time. One day at a time. Morning by morning, you are faithful still.
the sun burned hot on empty ground, our lips were cracked, no water found. Freedom felt like a distant song when the road just dragged on.
We said, God, did you bring us out here to die? Forgot the sea you split behind us.
The people cried, their voices loud. Doubt rose higher than the cloud. They said, Is the Lord still with us now? When thirst was all they felt somehow, Moses stood between the fear and flame, caught in the middle of the blame. When trust runs dry and faith is thin, grace steps in again. You brought water from the rock when there was none to find. You answered thirst with mercy when we crossed the line. We struck the stone with anger, but grace came pouring out. You brought water from the rock and faith gave way to doubt.
The Lord said, take the staff in hand, strike the stone where you stand. In the place where we failed to trust, the living water burst from dust. Not because our hearts were right, but because His mercy never left.
They named that place by what they felt, testing God, asking for help. Massa, Meribah, fear and fight. Still God gave them life that night. He fed the ones who questioned Him.
Love flowing where belief ran thin. Even when we push you away,
You still choose to stay. You brought water from the rock when the desert closed us in. You met our need with holiness, not based on where we'd been. You didn't turn your back on us when we cried out in doubt. You brought water from the rock, and it's still pouring out.
He tested you with unbelief,
Still you met our deepest need,
struck the stone, the water ran.
pointing to a greater plan. One day the rock would take the blow, so living water all could know.
You bring water from the rock when hearts are dry inside, when prayers feel unanswered and the road feels long and wide. If you gave it then,
You'll give now, your mercy won't run out. You bring water from the rock, faith is full of doubt. You are still with us, even here. Love on.
3 days out from the parted sea, still smell the salt of being free. But freedom needs a steady hand, or it turns wild in a promised land. We camped beneath the mountain's fire, heaven shook with holy thunder.
Cloud and lightning wrapped the peak. Earth stood still, none dared to speak. A trumpet cried through smoke and flame, and God revealed His holy name. Not just power, not just might, but how to walk within His light.
Freedom needs the truth to stand, grace needs a law to guide the hand. I am the Lord who brought you out from chains and fear, from slavery's house. You shall have no other gods, no divided heart or throne. I am the Lord, and you are my own. was carved by fire and breath, words that speak to life and death. Love the Lord with all your soul. Love your neighbor, make them whole. Not to save us by our deeds, but to show us how to live free.
The law was never meant to bind,
but to guard the heart and mind.
a mirror for the fallen soul, pointing where grace must go. What we couldn't fully keep would one day bow to mercy.
We trembled at the holy sound,
But love was written in it all.
I am the Lord who brought you out before you failed, before you doubted. I spoke my will so you would know how redeemed people walk below. I am the Lord, and you are my own. Thunder on the mountain high,
Mercy waiting in the sky, law engraved in stone and flame. Grace would come and wear a name.
what was written there in fear would be fulfilled when Christ appeared. I am the Lord who sets you free, not just from chains, but from what you'd be. Walking my truth, walking my way. Freedom lies in what I say. I am the Lord, and you are my no longer fire on a distant hill, no longer thunder if we standing still. You didn't stay up on the mountain high, you came down close where your people lie. 10 by 10 you made a way to live among us day by day.
Gold and linen, wood and stone, every piece where mercy shone. A holy place, a mercy seat, where heaven and our hearts would meet.
Not just a law carved into stone, but a God who wanted to be known.
From the mountain to the tent,
Love was always your intent.
you are God with us, right here, right now.
Not far away, not hidden out in cloud and fire.
You make your home among the ones you call your own.
You are God with us.
The priest would step behind the veil with blood and prayer, with fear and faith.
Atonement made for broken hearts,
A way prepared where grace would start.
every sacrifice whispered then that you would come and walk with men.
Day by day, the cloud would stay, fire by night to light the way. When you moved, the people moved. Where you rested, they
to now. You make your home with us somehow. You are God with us.
From mercy's seat to borrowed womb,
From holy ground to borrowed tomb,
the veil was torn, the way made clear.
you're not distant, you are here. What the tabernacle showed in part, you fulfilled inside our hearts. You are God with us, forever near. No more separation, no more fear. Your presence isn't housed in stone. You live inside your children now. You are God with us. From desert tents to beating hearts, you've been with us from the start.